Dark Side.
Just finished my interview with Darkseid, and I enjoyed it and looking forward to seeing it.
Say what you really mean. Say
I
this
had to
nigga.
test him a couple times on the N word,
Say
but
this. Say what you want to
this
say.
young man is a little crazy, and he's gonna work on using the N word.
Got you.
Ayo!
We in here. Who we in here with?
Benita Folks. I'm the youth advocate for Educate Youth.
All right, for the people that's ignorant, like a 5-year-old, like me, what does youth advocate mean?
A youth advocate is really just being there for the students, mainly being there for them mentally, checking in on them, seeing on ways that I could help them on daily things. Like when they come in with problems or need to just talk, get things out. That's me. I'm that go-to person.
All right, what made you want to be with Educate Youth?
That's actually quite funny. I did not know that I wanted to be at Educate Youth. I actually came to visit with someone who comes and volunteers, and I got to witness they do a daily circle every day where they check in with the students, asking how they're doing, how their day is going, stuff like that. And that was the only thing that I got to witness. And just in that daily circle and seeing what Gail and the other workers do for the students and checking in on them, I really liked it because when I was growing up, there wasn't organizations or people that really asked us, how are we doing, as a kid. So I really liked that. And so I decided to reach out to volunteer, and I volunteered for a day and a half, 2 days, and that's when Gail just let me know that that they needed someone like me there. And at that time I didn't know what she was talking about, but yeah, it just kind of happened by accident, but it's like the best accident ever because I've always wanted to work. I've always worked with kids. I've always been a babysitter, stuff like that. So I've always been around kids, or youth, let me say. But it's nice to, yeah, it was nice to be in when she pulled me in, and it's just, I don't know. I've just been here since, and it's been amazing. Like,
Let me just say sorry. I ain't gonna lie. I was a badass kid. I cussed a lot of people like you out. I cussed a lot of people like
and
you
I
out.
took it, and we still,
Fuck that circle, bitch. I don't give a fuck about that circle. What the fuck is you? Why
And
I gotta
that's
be in
what
some
you
lame
would
circle?
think, and that's what you would think, but the students
Let's
that
sit in a
come there,
circle. Let's talk. What are your pronouns? I remember somebody said pronouns. They said, your pronouns is he. I was like, bitch. I was like, no, I don't like he's. I was like, I
and
didn't know what that was.
that was the first time that I dealt with pronouns, even as an adult, because like you say, in our community we don't really talk about it. But the first time in circle, as they go around, everybody gets to, say your name and your pronoun when it's new, and when it's new people in the circle. And yeah, I had to listen around and listen to everyone say she, her, he, because we don't talk about that. So, that was something good to know too. And again, for the students that aren't able to identify, if we just see them as he or she and they don't identify, they can be themselves and say that in circles. So that's one thing that I love about circles, that they can be themselves. Like in the clubhouse in circle, they know that they can be themselves and it's no judgment.
Keep real with me. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like you kind of like get my profile questions. Do you think that the people that be doing that gay bashing shit or that gay hating shit, do you think they low key kind of like you be looking at them like that? I be looking at them like that.
Uh, I think it's easy to say that, but I think honestly, from when the people that I hear asking, or what would you call bashing, a lot of times it could be that we don't know, but a lot of times I think it's a lot of times when people just don't know, like they don't know, and honestly in the job I've been able to ask a lot and learn a lot more that I didn't know about identity and all of that other kind of stuff. And like you say, I ask questions because I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Yes, some people might bash either because they want to be that way and can't be themselves, or they just genuinely don't know and
Me
don't know
personally,
how to go about it.
I had a problem. Like me, I had a problem. I think I still do got a problem. I'm a joker. I'm a kidder. I kid like way too much. I joke on it like so much. Like that's the one thing about me. That's the only red flag about me.
I
Like,
get it.
always joke. That was just the thing
But I
about me.
try to stop it only because when you think about it in the other aspect, like if somebody were to joke about us, and if somebody that wasn't black make
But
black
me,
jokes,
I'm
then
fair.
we're
I'm fair
going.
about it because I'm fair on all aspects. Like even the black jokes. Like I'm the type of dude with Family Guy, Family Guy. Like I love them because they go on everybody. Like
Yeah.
because I even laugh at they racist black jokes. I ain't gonna lie. So
Yeah,
like,
see, that's where I'm like, so that's where I say everybody is to each their own. Cause me, I'm not. That's not me.
like, somebody do the black jokes, you get tense. Or like nah. Oh wait, they're going to. I think Kendrick just put that in his album. He said, "Don't let no black comedian don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law." You hear that? Mm-mm. He basically said that. He said, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law." So you stand on his side with that, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
because they're saying the comedian, he's a comedian. He talks about everybody. So then,
that's where I say like, I don't know. Me personally, I think it's more so because I'm a very emotional type person, so I'm always thinking about everybody. Just the same way,
that
like
shit was to
when
hurt.
you
You think
talked
they'll
about
say that shit like that's the
yeah,
intention.
like like for instance, like with the black jokes and stuff like that, like there were plenty of because I'm very dark skinned, so all that light skin, dark skin, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, you don't do dark skin jokes?
No, I honestly I was waiting for this question, but I guess since we're here, I'm not even a fan of the N word. I don't.
Damn, my nigga.
No, see it's just like I tell the
What?
kids like, no, that's not me. I'm.
You don't do the N word? What?
I don't. And a lot of black people look just like you look, but it's like, why do I have why?
That's crazy.
I don't.
All right,
It's
look,
no.
I'm breaking
And
down
I
my
think a lot
perspective.
of it has to do with history, and I'm very big on reading and watching history movies.
We
so,
black. We ain't got no 40 acres, no mule. That's the only shit we got.
Yeah, no. But if
What
that's
else
the
we
case, then I
got?
don't want it. I got me, and everything that
Calm
I
the fuck
learned.
on.
Everything
We all got
that-
us.
Yeah, no. I don't
got
need
the N-word.
that. And if that's all we have, it's
That's
like
all we got. We got the N-word.
We got way more than that.
We got the
Way
N-word.
more. That's almost
We
like
got more, but we don't own that shit.
man, no.
We don't own that
I
shit.
don't want to own that. Like that came from something so it's like it's no big, it's a lot of people that do use it and you're right too. You can own it, but I'm telling you, I don't own it. I don't use it. I'm not a fan of it.
This is just my last little 2 cents on it. But really, I think I feel like it's so past it though, because I think it worked. I think it's here, and I think it's here to stay. Because I think I kind of understand where it came from. It came from when they started doing this was for they wasn't doing it for them. Like the people that took the L on the N word was really like Tupac, like NWA, like those 80 guys. They took because they were trying something new. But I think their real intention was so when a white man call you that, because to this day they're still gonna call you that. Do you think it hurts me today when they call me that?
I mean, it has. I
Do
feel like
you
in
think
a
it hurts
way.
me today?
I feel like in a way I don't know you personally, but I know
I'm gonna tell you this. My generation, us, that shit don't phase us.
I mean, but in a way,
that was for them.
If I can say in a way, just from just today, is when, for instance, when she was talking earlier about, and she was just saying generations and how it changed, and she just she didn't say NIGGA, she just said Negroes, and it was quick no, hold on, let's we don't want people we don't want, and it's just that's what she she didn't say but again, so I can only imagine if somebody say NIGGA or put the ER, then it's really it does still affect if a white person.
Okay, so I got to be real with it. I can't believe shit. Because now a black girl did come over and said the nigger part. She said she has the NIGGA. Okay, so I'm going to keep it raw. I might get flagged on TikTok. I mean, on everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Don't put yourself in trouble. That's what I'm saying. It's I might do it, but it's this. No, we don't have to.
Because I feel like
it's the N word.
Freedom of speech. You see what I think about it. I think it don't hurt us today. I feel like that was the goal. That was the goal is for their kids. That shit won't hurt them. And we the kids. That shit don't. We don't give 2 fucks about it. I think that's the only thing about it. Do you say it in the songs? Damn.
I don't say it. I don't have to say it. I will say, there has been a time too, because again, the way that we're raised, and Black folks just feel like they gotta say it. I've heard it. So if something catch me off guard, I'm not gonna be the one to say I've never said it. It's like, yes, it might have if my brothers or something happens like, but then I catch myself like, hold on, wait a minute, that's not. If it does slip, but otherwise, like, no, I'm very big on not letting it come out of my mouth because there's no reason. But again, I think that's also because of I'm very big on watching history, reading history, watching history, all of that. And it's like where it came from, I get that, yeah, where, people want to take it back and take back our power and all of that. And you're right to feel that way, but just like I'm right to say that I just choose not to use it in general. I don't like where it came from. I don't like how people are dressed. It's like, you're a young black man. You're not an in, like y'all going somewhere. So.
What's the name of the song?
What's the name of it?
What's the name of that song?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not. I know he said the N word in here. What's
You don't feel nothing?
Do I feel something?
You don't feel nothing? You don't feel
The
nothing?
beat is nice, but I mean, I don't listen to a whole lot of rap and stuff like that.
You don't feel nothing?
I mean, I listen, but again, it's like I'm listening to stuff with positive message. This world is already too crazy, so I'm positive messages. Honestly, at this point, I've become now to where I listen to a lot of lo-fi music. I don't even need words. Like, just give me good beats. Listen to the beats and stuff. But because half the words don't make sense, or it's just about killing, or it's just about doing people wrong. Most of the time, doing women wrong. But there are, girls got songs that do men. So just.
Wait, how old are you?
35. I'm about to be 36.
Oh yeah, you aunt status. Nah, wait.
I'm used to it.
You aunt status, like, for sure. Like, that's the age. Like, literally, that's the age, aunt status. So I get you. I get what you're saying. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm in between you two. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I get where you come from. I see what you. But I don't. Yeah, I pick my own lane. I don't listen to a lot of rap. I can't tell you half of it. She could probably tell you more because she's so into like with the kids and being about.
She understood she understood like when I said YN.
I know like when they bring, like, I've heard YN and in my.
When I said shiesty, she's like, oh yeah, we got a bunch of them.
See, in my mind, like I know, I already knew that it clearly probably stood for young N. Did we know that it's gangs and all of that? No, we just think of it just saying like, you're a young N, which I cut that off. We try and cut, we don't say any of those things like it's just no. And they know I'll stop because majority of our students are Black, African American, however. Mm-hmm. They know that I'll stop the N word faster than she will. Like, I'll stop. Like, I don't. And they'll have the same face. You don't. Now they finally get it. Like, no, Miss Bonita, don't say that.
But somebody said it, like, you wouldn't have no problem. Like, if my brother came in, I was like, oh, my nigga, thank you so much. You got me. I can't stop you there. This is your domain. No, I'm talking about when you was the kids or something like that.
If it was the kids?
Yeah, it'd be like,
oh no, then I would stop.
You got a drink? Oh, my nigga, thank you.
Yeah, no. But see, now they get it and they understand respect. And so, yes, because they hear it outside and they say it outside. But when they're inside the clubhouse, they be like, oh, Nick, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so, like, they know. Like, same with saying, oh, that's gay. And, oh, I'm sorry, because, it's just, yeah.
Oh, yeah, when I grew up, I used because I grew up in the church a lot. They said the F word, like, a lot. Like, I had a problem with that as a kid. Like, like, the FAG word, bro, I had a problem with that.
Like,
shit.
that's a word that
I was like,
not allowed.
It wasn't no hatred or nothing about it. It was just, oh, that's what we call it.
Because you don't know any better. But that's just like I learned being in this job. We were just talking. I just learned about the whole one time when I gave something to somebody and I took it back and I said, oh, I'm being an Indian giver. And, she stopped me. We hear Indian giver before, but it's not until it's broken down of, people stole from the Indians. So how can Indians be the Indians? It's like, oh, I didn't think about that. But growing up, it's like, oh, you're an Indian giver, and that's what it is. But it's all about, I think, learning and, just evolving past things.
I got you. What's your religion?
I've been raised in the Kojic world, Christian.
What's Kojic?
Church of God in Christ. And I still, I visit my church. I'm not into church as much as I used to be, but I still believe, I still pray.
But you're a Christian, right? Mm-hmm. All right, for sure. Oh, do you believe in the, I ain't gonna lie, you believe in the apate? You know what I'm talking about? It's books that wasn't in the Bible, basically.
Don't know about it.
You don't know nothing about it? You just do the regular basic Bible?
Yes, but like I said, I haven't really, it was more so growing up and what I was, you got to go to church every Sunday. You got to go. So now when I got older, it's like, I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? And now I see the difference. Like, I talk to her and I let her know, like, one time when I was going through, even though I personally, I have questions about, religion and all that, but I do believe that prayer works. I believe that when I call my mom and have her pray for me, I feel a little better. So
I feel like people that you too much on the church shit. I'm just talking about like the Bible. Like the Bible's the Bible for sure. Like that's that. Like I was just asking about that. Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like church and like the religion. I feel like people get it like too mixed up.
I mean, I think that's everything in life. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you can even pull that back into the N word. You know what I'm saying? So many people get it mixed. Some people think it's good. Some people it's just same with religion. Some think it's good. Some think it's.
Me personally, like, do you see it in other cultures and shit like that? Are other cultures as like this is something they try to make it seem like Black History on my Black History shit. They try to make it seem like our culture is so fucked up and divided and shit like that, and then they be like, no, because they're not fucked up and divided over here, and then some people say they are fucked up and divided over there. Do you think that Black people were really more fucked up than everybody, or do you think we're just on display as much as everybody?
I don't think either. I don't think that we're on display. I don't think that we're more fucked up. I think that we have to do better in working together. I think in our community is so much.
So we are more fucked up.
No, because I see.
Because we got division. I'm talking about the division.
I'm different because I've been born and raised. I have literally white family. So I've seen like my white family. Oh, they can get down. They can be divided, but it's just all about like I say, like us, and if we come into a fall, we know how to. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm not coming back. I'm not figuring out. I'm not. That's it. Like even to my family right now, like we've always been amazing. But when something big happened in my family, that's a crazy completely thing. Opposite. Everything. It was everything we've been born and raised on. Now mamas and brothers and sisters is not speaking, whereas in other cultures, if something big had like they're still gonna come together. I feel like our race sometimes we just gotta learn how to come together, because honestly, I feel like that's another reason why other races might be what you think either scared or whatever, is because they know what we're capable of if we all come together, if we all put our minds and resources and put everything else aside. If we came together, we would be a force. Like that's, again, the history movies, and that's where a lot of change came, is because everybody came together. Everybody stopped riding the bus. But we can't think about that now. If you tell everybody now, like, don't get on the bus, don't drive your car, we're going to show solidarity, we just going to walk everywhere we go. You know what I mean? Me, myself, it's too cold. I'm not walking. I'm not walking to work.
You know what I really think, though? I think that there's like a main factor. You could probably say, like, now I'm not even being biased by this shit. I'm saying, like, this is like literally what I see. I think they took the man out, or I think you know what I really think? I think we at the point right now in the Black community where the Black man ain't left the house. It's a choice. I feel like choosing to not fuck with that shit. Because I feel like we not, but you gotta understand like this. I understand from this point of perspective. Back in the day, the Black Panthers, they would really go up on you. Why the fuck are you here all night? Why do you sit here from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then you end your 6 a.m. with a pocket full of money? Everybody over here fucked up. No, get over here. And you gonna get the paws put on you. And we gonna flush that drug right down the toilet. They did that. I feel like that energy, that like I think I call it masculine energy, or like that, or you want the paws put on you, hey, what the fuck, you riding the bus? Oh, we gonna see you. I feel like that energy is just gone, like for sure.
I get where you're coming from.
We could do it today, but y'all don't got that energy there. So it's like nobody's gonna
But I think
respect
it's
it.
all in the representation, like you say, where it's all in the way people are raised and where, because yeah, you can say that, but then in the same token, I'm somebody who, at 35 years old, my dad has never, he's always been there. Like even when my parents got a divorce and they went through their crazies of times, he's always been there. But then you got some that's it's all in the way. I don't want to, because that just sounds like you're putting all black men together. You know what I'm saying? And that's not.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking at it. I'm in it. I'm one of them. Like I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you, I know the secrets and shit. I know when we in the meetings and shit, they be like, "Oh man, I don't want to hear all them bitches." Like, no, I don't want to go to that. No, I go for the kids, but then everybody else they start talking crazy. Like I'm telling you, I see it from that perspective. Like there's things we don't tell you. Like, I'm telling you the shit
I get that
we don't
because,
tell
like you
you.
said, I
Like,
got brothers. You know what I'm saying? My uncles, and I
I'm
get
telling you,
it.
even your brothers and your uncles, there's some shit that happens in that back room before the women come out. I'm telling you, we don't like. Even you go to the you go to the fucking courts. Guess
Yeah,
you seen
and
the court.
but that's where I say, like,
It's
it's
nothing but
all
woman,
in.
mama, his
No, but
grandma.
see, that's where I say it's all in what you see, because it's hard for me on that, because I literally just watched my twin brother go and fight for custody for his son. Like I'm a young black mother. I had my son for 14 years. His dad lives out of state. I had him all the way up until now. My son started hitting this growth spurt right before high school that I knew he needed that more every day, and his dad was immediately he took
Time out
on.
though. This is the only thing I see about that shit. This is the only thing I see about that shit. Why'd you wait so long? I think by
Oh
that time,
no. Oh no,
it's
I
done.
didn't no. Oh no. See, and that's where it's like he was more so asking questions like, why did you? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I didn't wait that long. My son, like he visits his father every summer. Every summer he goes down there. His father has always been in his life. It's just that I knew that he was making a turn that, like you say, you young men that y'all making that we didn't get, and so I did that for him because I didn't have to send him. I could have kept him here. I got my brothers and all of that, but
But you gotta understand that do make it harder.
What make it harder?
From seeing them at like, I'm telling you because I'm a nigga that I've been through it. Like I tell you, I've been living with my mom in Detroit for like till you 13, 14 or something like that, and then you go live with your dad in high school, and then it's a whole different program, and then we looking at each other like complete fucking strangers, and like what the fuck? I don't rock that way, and then you rock that way, and I was like, that's how you, and then y'all look at each other like, but then you gotta understand, you doing this now, like you wait that long unless it was like 6 years old. Oh yo, I'm rocking this way. Oh, we don't do that. We rock this way.
That's where I say like it's almost in a way assuming because like I just said like his dad has been in his life since the beginning. Like he's been going. He spends the summer down there since he was 4. Like he knows they know each other. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that was the time that he needed. And it's not what it's actually the complete opposite. Like he's learning more. He's doing more as far as being a young man, like the way he's watching his dad. Because again, at that time, I didn't have anybody. He's watching his dad with his stepmom, which I call his bonus mom, been in his life since he was 2. He watches his dad treat his wife.
I don't want to be in your business. I feel like I'm in your business.
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't mind.
Wait, nah, but do you? So you say he been with him like. He's seen him, but you say he just now starting to live with him. Like
he's just now starting to live with him full time. But
that's something
beforehand,
that's needed before that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. He spent out of a year.
I'm telling you, my dad lived in
3 months.
That shit is like that's a complete different. That's like weekend dad, and high school dad for me. 2 different motherfucking things.
But if you ask my son, it's the complete same because he's out of 12 months out of the year, he's spending 3 months out of you're saying a weekend, but 3 months solid he's with his dad. So this transition for him, if anything, it was more so because he's a mama's boy and he wants to be under me because he knows that his dad is going to get down and give him, just like you said, what he needs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you give him an opposite.
You're
like
looking at it in the house, look at it in the community. Look,
I feel like he's doing
next time you
better.
go to community spaces, see like which one of those men actually do that shit. Do you see us in the community, in our community, doing that shit? Like
in this job, I do see it more.
I'm talking about like like not old as fuck when you can't do shit. I'm talking about right there, like.
And our job, and luckily, and that's what I love about our job, even down to when we did this market over the holiday break over in downtown Ipsy, and there were police officers that came and walked through. It was 2 black police officers, a lady and a man. And at first, when I came and talked to him, at first he was like, these kids, they don't listen to this. But once I told him, like, our students listen, like he was engaged to come. There are people that come, like you could come and volunteer. Like, that's the point of we try and bring in representation, because it's a young man in that program who blatantly said black men don't go to college. And I'm in the middle of washing dishes, cleaning and I had to stop and come in. It's like, yes, they do. Y'all go. And matter of fact, there's 2 black men standing right here that are in college that can teach you. And so that's what they need to see. Like you say, what you're saying is that they need to see it more. So basically, our students in our program need to see your face more than they see the old, because we got the older ones and we got some in the between. But
I ain't gonna lie, something you really can't even talk about right now, because it's like we ain't got like another like black dude like to agree with me on this shit. Like, but really, when I start talking, a lot of black men, they be telling me shut the fuck up. This is like inner secret shit. I'm telling you.
I mean, because what you feel, I have a twin brother and I have a brother who's your. I know you feel like they don't.
Promise you.
I know you feel like they don't, but I'm
okay. They don't unless they real like me.
But
I'm
that's
real.
What I'm saying. My dad has told me stuff.
We gonna be like,
that's why I don't. I haven't. My son has not seen me date a whole lot of people, because my dad, my brothers, and my uncles, they put me on game. Like, I know what I know, so you can't.
It's like certain moves. We're not even going. Certain moves, real men, we don't tell you. We just distance and get away.
Oh yeah, but see, that's the problem, and that's the problem.
In the community, we
that's
distance
the problem,
and we get away.
And that's why you say the gaps are not bridged, because you just admitted the men that can't and don't want to, they just back away. But I'm grateful for people like my dad and my son's father, and I'm grateful for my brothers that teach me stuff that they tell me, like, look, as a girl, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but because I don't want these dudes to do you this way, this is what's going on. This is why I can come and talk to them about any relationship advice, anything. I can come to my brothers about anything, because I know that they're going to be like,
but you gotta understand, that's in the family.
Right.
Most people don't got that, and most people.
But it takes for people. It takes for. That's why.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm so tired of my goddamn sister that when she on that bullshit, and like even when she called the problem, I'd be like.
But you gotta tell her. You gotta tell her. You gotta tell her. You can't push it. But see, that's where that's where it make me grateful that my brothers can tell me, like, no, this one you're wrong.
Let me ask you this. I asked her the same question. What do you think you wasting your breath, and when do you think it's like, man? Like, because that's sometimes when I be feeling like, I tell a person, like, probably, like, I give them, like, 2 times, but I'm the type of nigga, I tell them, like I sit, like, I talk for, like, damn near a living. Like, I, like, sit down and break it down. Hey, look, you did this shit right here. Boom, boom, wop, wop. You do this right here, and then this is going to happen, and this going to happen, and then I'm going to do this. Okay, these 3 steps going to happen, and then I'm gonna fucking leave. I'm not going to call you. Like, don't call me for that shit.
That's where I have a hard problem.
And then when everything I say align, and then I don't call it, then, like, it's nothing to ask. It's nothing. Why is he? Nah, that's remember like 3 months ago I told you this.
Yeah, no, I'm more so. Because I know maybe it's because of the many of life things that I've been through and fallen, and the many of people that have still been there to be like, okay, yeah, I know that. You failed, and I said I wasn't going to, but I'm forgiving, because I know that. Nothing's perfect. No life is perfect. Everybody needs help. And if I just decide, like, you know what, I done told you enough, you're going to figure it out. Then if something really happened, like if I tell you over and over, stop saying the N-word, I don't like it, I don't think that it's smart for you, I don't think that you should use it, one day it's going to come back to haunt you. And I keep telling you, and I say, all right, I'm not going to tell you again. And then next thing you know, you out here and you say it to the wrong person, and then you get shot, something happen. Mm-hmm. I'm going to feel bad, because it's like, dang, if I would have just kept telling him over and over, like, someday this is going to affect you.
So you're the type of person to never give up?
I'm not, unless somebody were to truly hurt me, like, it has to take, and even still, I might give you some time, but after a while, after a month or so, I have a family member who did me unbelievably wrong, an aunt who I loved dearly. She was my rock, but she did me wrong, and I cut her off for a while, but at a certain time, it's like, that's you. I'm past that, so I'm starting to talk to her more. Now she's going through health crisis, all of this. It's like I'm grateful that, because had she passed away, and it's like I'm mad because you did what you did was hurtful, and but
I ain't gonna lie, I'm cutthroat over here. You can die today.
Yeah, I can't.
Die today.
I don't need, and I think that's why
I'll be like,
good karma. Even though yes, I go through things, I do see a lot of times when my good karma coming. That's why I just continue to be good.
To me, that's my relationship with God. Like, nah, God, like, cause I don't know, y'all got forever energy in this bitch. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm conservative about my energy, like so much. That's the only thing, cause you gotta think, I got energy. Oh shit, let me just stop every 30 minutes. I feel like I got interviews to edit up. I got family that I know rocking with me for sure. I got little kids that's looking up to me that, they need to look out for something. I feel like I got shit going on in rotation over here. I do not got the energy to keep, but I think the energy I keep giving to you doing some bullshit, it could be spending some niggas that's acting right. That's how I be feeling.
And I think another reason why I push to be there is because, like, in my times on what I call my lowest of low, I know there were so many people reaching out. I was like, oh, okay, I'm fine. But it's like, thanks to those ones that never gave up. Like, they would tell me, okay, when I was in my worst of depression and my house was horrible, it got to the point where I wouldn't even invite my family over. Like, my mom and them knew, y'all can't come over. You can meet me at the front door. Mm-hmm. Nobody can come in. But it's like, they just kept pushing and they kept pushing and they kept pushing. And at first, yes, in that time, it was like, oh my God, I wish y'all stopped. But I look on it now, if they didn't keep pushing, bro, I wouldn't be here to do this interview. I'd be dead. Like, I was really ready to give up, but it's for the ones that keep pushing. So that's why.
Let me ask you this. Did you, like, in my family, we got our granny. That's our granny. We got that granny, and then my mama. Like, my mama inherited that from my granny. They just pop up at your shit. Like, I think that's where I get it from. I just pop up at
you. See, luckily,
they just
you
pop
got
up at your
that
shit.
Because,
and then, like, even as a kid, it's like, bitch, get the fuck up. What the fuck is y'all doing here?
But when you get older, they can't do that.
They be doing that.
They can, but
my granny still do it to my mom.
You can only get to certain part of if somebody really wants to. Because, yes, my mom had a key to my door, but I'm telling you, I can find a way to block it off. But, again, like I say, it's all in generational. Just like you say when you talk about granny, that's something that, you should be grateful for, because that's something we talk about male things, but then we talk about like older generation. Mm-hmm. I didn't have that because in the Black community, you don't take care of your health and all of that. So my grandma died at 56 years old, mm-hmm. And I thought that was old at a certain time. It's not until now my mom is in the age, it's like she was young, but she didn't take care of herself. It's a lot of stuff that, like I say, we can do to be better, but
let me bring it back though. It's a point of, I feel like this like the major key point that I really feel like is like that I'm trying to get to you, even like on a Black thing, not to even bring that shit back. But even when Granny she'll come through that bitch, it's not just Granny. Granny got 4 fucking little sons that are men now, 4 uncles right behind her. Like, boy, I wish you would, motherfucker. Like, I remember like she came to my apartment. And I was like, man, pull up, boy, well. And I'll be like, that's like the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's that muscle that's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the one thing I feel like that's like,
and that's what I'm saying,
that has to be there.
Now it's up to you and y'all because again, Granny's only gonna be around for so long, and then to go off of where you started it at on not having the male representation, like that's our biggest thing in trying to get into the clubhouses, letting these young men see what they can be, how far they can go, because some of them don't have that.
Let me ask you this though, I ain't gonna lie, let's talk about some real nigga shit. It's the Black, this is like Diddy like opened up a lot of fucking doors for me. Why y'all both make the same fucking noise?
I'm so over. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm like, Diddy opened my eyes up to this shit. I'm gonna keep it real with you. What do you think? I want to ask you, and I'll tell you mine. What do you think the disparity is? Because I feel like the corner, the health. What's the name of the group? The circle. What's the name of the spot? The clubhouse.
The clubhouse.
Yeah, I feel like the clubhouse is just like I feel like the clubhouse is an LGBT friendly spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a problem between the I think me personally, I think that's what it is. Do you think what is the problem between the LGBTs and black men?
You want my honest opinion?
That's what we're here for.
See, and honestly, part of me feels like I don't know what audience this goes to, and it might come back on me at this point. I really don't care. A lot of it, from what I notice, and I'm gonna even be real in my family, it's the black men. Like y'all,
Nah, but like, I want to know what's the problem. What do you think the problem is? Did he open my eyes up to like, oh, this is why I got a problem with this?
I don't get the Diddy. I don't get how. Well, what do you mean?
What is the problem from the black men? What is their problem? You think?
Because in the black community alone, people that like that's not a thing that's talk about. Oh, you can't love who you want to love. It's I'm a girl. I gotta be married to a man. You gotta be married to a woman. It's like that's not the case. So and I'm not even gonna put this on black men. I'm not even gonna put.
You think they just doing it just because like they just doing it just to do it?
If who doing it?
The black man. You think they just not fucking with it just to not fuck with it?
No, I think that they don't because they don't understand, and to them it looks wrong.
Explain to them. I got a lot of black men watching. What do they not understand?
I don't know. I don't get it. That's what it looked for me.
I'm gonna break it down to you.
What it looks like is that it's either they don't understand. I don't want to put it off like you said it to where it's like automatically they're gay if they're doing that. I don't feel that way. I just feel that they either don't understand or they don't.
This the one thing y'all don't get. It's no hatred. Like, I said Diddy, but there was some other shit that happened too. I ain't gonna lie. My close friend came out as gay. That was something that opened my eyes up to it too. Those two things happened at the same time.
But how did you take it? And were they scared? They were probably very terrified.
They ain't say like me. I knew it. Like he painted his fingernails and shit. After he painted his fingernails, I gave him a hug.
That's the thing. Like a lot of
it was a point of joking at first, and then to the point of like.
That's what they have to do, though. That's what a lot of people have to joke around, like, oh, I think I might. But us, we can't joke around about being black. It's just like I'm black.
I got you. Look. This is the thing. This is the thing about it. But then when he came out, it was a point of like, all right, I don't want to cut you off. Cutting you off would be fake as fuck. You've been my friend for like middle school. I'm 23. That was like, that's 10 fucking years now. 9 years. That's fake as fuck. You try some fuck shit with me, you gonna get your ass beat.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
look, time out. Let me speak. That is the thing that black men got a problem with, and I feel like that's the thing that y'all don't see it with women. So of course y'all not, and y'all love these LGBTs to death.
No, and see,
if y'all don't see it with women, I know for surely, because I know a woman, she'll slap my ass, and everybody just laugh, and they wouldn't feel no type of way about it. But I be in my feelings about that shit. So I know for surely if LGBT. On some shit, I couldn't.
Saying a lot of them know, not unfortunately. And a lot of the LGBT, I feel like they have to be.
They don't know.
They feel more censored in anything than we do. You know, just like now, it's like I said that I'm not a fan of the N-word, but you said it to me how many times? But it's like, I get it, that's you. But them, they can't be them. They can't, you gotta calm it down. You gotta calm it, you being too gay, you gotta calm it. Like, what is that? Not
too gay. Flirtatious. I'm telling you.
But that's them.
I promise you.
That's like us saying, that's like somebody saying, you being too black. You wearing that and doing that, you being too black. It's like, how can I be too black? I can't be, this is me. That's them. If they're flirtatious, if they talk like this all day, like that's how they talk, you know?
I'm telling you. I'm breaking this shit down to you. This is why they don't break it down.
And how old are you?
You're not getting it.
No, I get it. I don't, because
I swear to God, it's the flirtatious part.
That's on your take because you feel like they're being. But why do you feel like they're being?
All right.
What if that's just them?
Time out.
Because if a girl is flirtatious and she just that's okay. But if somebody that you don't identify now it's like, oh, you're doing too much.
And I call that nigga my brother. So it's the point of that love is like always gonna stay there. So it's like,
but the fact that you even thought about it, like, oh wait, I can't cut you off because I've been your friend too long. So if I cut you off, that would be fake. With me,
Yeah,
when
that's
my
fuck
best
shit.
friend came out, it was like, okay, like there wasn't even a thought like, oh wait a minute, should I? Or because I know you probably think like when we go out together, are people gonna think that I'm gay because I'm with him, or you know how people gonna like you want him to act a certain
That's
kind of way.
not the
You probably
thought
don't
process.
take.
I'm letting you know as a black
Yeah.
man right now.
But
That
that's
is
where a
not
lot
in
of
our
y'all
thought process.
goes. That's why it's like, oh, because I don't want him to be too flirty and this.
Our thought process is just like this. Women, that shit don't matter with, because I feel like you really gotta look at it like this. Women, y'all are
We what?
preyed on. By
But men are preyed on.
By
You
who?
don't think men? You don't think
By
men
who?
are preyed
By
on?
who?
You don't think a man has ever been sexually assaulted or
By
raped?
who?
Women, I'm just in general. You don't think?
By who?
You don't, okay, so I'm asking
Who
you.
are men afraid to being
I'm-
preyed on
I'm
by?
asking you. Have you? Do you know? Have you ever heard, or do you think that men get sexually assaulted or raped? Do you think that
Okay,
men?
I'm gonna answer this. But
No, you gotta answer the question.
I'm gonna answer it.
Okay.
But then after this, answer
Okay.
by who?
Okay. So
Yeah,
do you,
of course they get like. Yeah.
So who do you think that they get raped or
see, no,
assaulted
see,
by?
I just asked you.
But I said my answer.
Wait,
it could be
who?
women. It could be men. It could be anything.
Who do you
It-
think we afraid of getting raped by and getting touched by?
You don't know what the next man is
I'm
afraid
telling
of
you, I'm being raw with you.
on what your opinion is, right?
I talked to you for a living.
Okay, right. So you're saying that every man, no man is ever scared. No man is ever scared.
I'm just asking about who do you think majority is afraid
Of
of?
course, us women are more scared and preyed on, yes, but you're saying
I'm
it more
telling
so
you,
like
this
it
is why
doesn't
black men
happen.
we don't talk too much like this because you keep ignoring the fact.
What did I ignore?
Who are we afraid of getting preyed
You
on
are
by?
probably not afraid to get preyed on, but I do know of men. I do know of a man who, because you men,
I'm
y'all
talking about by
can't- y'all
masses,
can't-
not one. By masses, who are black men afraid of getting preyed on by?
I didn't even think about that one.
Who?
I didn't even think about the white man part. Me in general. I see any.
See, this is
I
why
can
we ain't.
any.
See, now we bullshitting. Oh, wait,
What?
do you really not see it?
Now see what? Then enlighten me on. Because how old are you again? How old did you? Enlighten me again on what you think.
What am I, young nigga? Damn.
Enlighten.
You hate me. I'm sorry. I say that shit a lot. Damn, you been opening my eyes up to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn. I'm sorry.
I mean, but like I say, I don't
All right,
judge
look,
you. I know that that's
I'm gonna break it
what
down to you. I'm
you're
gonna break this down to
used
you. This is what it is. The LGBTs.
Y'all
That's who.
scared of?
That's who we. That's who we think. That's where it comes from.
See, you just
See,
opened
look.
up a door.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Y'all
And
keep
I don't know
ignoring
if
that.
many. Okay, so
No, time out.
I
I'm gonna
think
break it down for you. I'm
I
gonna time
think
it
if
out.
I were to
Time
talk
out,
to the men that I'm around, I
Fuck
think
who
they
you
would more
skipped
so
around.
be.
Time
But that's
out.
what I'm saying. You're saying the masses.
My brother, we could be in the same. We could have a studio session late at night. May sleep on the couch or may with a gay dude. You gotta think. That's what we're afraid of.
It's actually
That's-
kind of sad. It's
that's
very,
the line.
Because the craziest part is that they'll probably watch out for your back and stick the way they stick up for each other. That whole community is like, yeah. If only black people stuck together the way that community stuck together, oh, it'd be a force to be reckoned with. That's so. I mean, if that's what you're scared of, then I'm sorry. But I personally think that that's the least of your worries, and I feel like if I were to,
So who else? We not talking about nothing like the system, the KK. We talking about literally our ass. That's the only thing we talking
that's
about.
so crazy that's where y'all. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Okay, so you're.
We
telling me
die
that's-
of what's that cancer that you gotta get the finger stuck in your booty for?
You can't even. Oh my
What's the name of the cancer?
Are you talking about your prostate?
Prostate. Most of us die because of that because we don't want nobody to go
That's
in
what I'm
there.
saying. So you're bringing up again.
I'm telling you.
Right. That's
Y'all
your
acting
problem.
like
That's
this
your
ain't a problem for us.
Right. So okay. So you're saying that's
We
what y'all
don't
scared,
fuck
but I'm
with
telling
our
you,
ass getting touched.
But I'm telling you, majority of LGBT, they are not. No, they're more scared of you. They're more scared of outside because of, like you said, they're in a way. I feel like sometimes they're probably nowadays more picked on and ostracized more than black people. Honestly, sometimes it's like they're in a whole different. I would I'm grateful for where I stand.
See, you keep going everywhere else. I'm telling you. All right, this
No,
last.
I didn't. You just went there.
This the one thing. One thing I gotta ask. Why do you think? Let's say Diddy gay. Let's say Diddy gay. Why do you think he's in the closet still in this day and age? Because I'm a young, all the young niggas.
You don't.
Hey, if
Are you?
well, who your favorite rapper? Name one. YBN, Lil Bro. Lil Durk. All right, if YBN or Lil Durk came out as being gay, but they still all their raps is real as fuck. They bisexual, not straight up gay. All their raps real as fuck. You still listen to them? They still street, they still everything.
See,
you want to listen to them? All right, for sure. All right, me, I know for sure. They still wait. You still streaming their music? You still streaming their music? Yeah, I stream their music. Exactly. No, if they was gay. Oh no. Damn. All right, for sure. All right.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know.
Personally, I think they would. I think Diddy don't got no reason to be indoors in closet. Why do you think Diddy is in the closet? If he was.
I don't know if Diddy. I don't know.
Let's go with the fact that he gay. Let's just go with that.
We don't. Is that a known fact? Do we know that that's a fact?
Let's just say it is.
Okay, so let's just say he is. Okay, what about it?
Why do you think he would be in the closet?
Why do I think what?
Why would he still be in the closet these day and age?
Because of what you're saying. Because it's not. Black people feel like they can't come out. This is why black kids are killing themselves and doing things because they can't come to their parents and say, "Dad, a young black man cannot go to his dad and say, I want to be a girl or I want to date another man." It's no, you're supposed to be. And so,
I think that nigga passed that shit. Look, I'm gonna break this shit down to you. Like I interview
give me your
rappers for
opinion.
a fucking living.
Your opinion.
I'm gonna break this shit down for you. The game is, it's like, let me ask you this though. Have you ever had a dude friend that was bisexual that never told his girlfriend, no, his lady friend, that he liked girls too?
No, because
okay, I'm telling you this. There are some people, they let that shit slide.
Oh yeah.
So they can fuck.
We know that.
Okay,
But again,
so
that's
time
just
out,
because they're scared.
Stay with me.
If they doing that, they scared.
Stay with me.
Okay.
I'm letting you know. There are people out here.
Right.
I think it's Diddy that go off it straight so they can get close to other dudes and do the do so they can fuck.
Okay.
That's the ideology.
Okay. And that's your
That's what
opinion.
we're afraid of. That's all the stories and all the Diddy stories. That's what it is. We was in the studio and then we was lit off the lean and then we wouldn't let a gay dude get that fucking close to us.
I think it's all excuses. I don't know. And honestly, the way
I wouldn't let my gay brother get
I feel
that
like a lot of
fucking
y'all
close
are
to me.
very curious, and that's why. Because like the way that this keeps going is just like I don't know. And I feel like a lot of people are even just scared to say like, yeah, I'm curious. I want to know what. It's just no.
I ain't curious. I'm a little like how I opened your eyes up at that point, like massively scared our ass.
I mean, you didn't open my eyes. It's just that
I feel like our ass, like you was ignoring that fact.
No, I don't think that. I think that more because again, I asked you a couple times. How old are you again?
Oh, 23.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, no, if you add yes in your generation, yes in this, because I don't even know I think if I were to even ask if I were to put out a poll in my group, I graduated in 2007. If I were to do a group, I don't think that a lot of men at 35 to 40 are thinking like, oh, I don't want to be that because I'm scared they're going to get that. Like, no, they know ain't no man going to be like
I'm
that.
letting you know.
That's crazy.
I'm letting you know. I didn't know. I didn't know I had to look deep inside to be like I really look deep inside. I'm like, why am I uncomfortable around these gay dudes? Why the fuck?
Because
okay,
I know
I
like
ain't.
that's. But
I know I ain't gay.
Are you? But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but no. This is why I look. Oh, I'm afraid of that. No, I'm afraid of. Like
but they don't
girl.
want you. They don't want you. That's the craziest part is that most of the people that people are scared of, they don't want you. They do not want you.
You sound crazy. So wait, do you believe in man and the woman friendships?
Do I believe in man and woman just being platonic friends?
Platonic friends, you believe in that?
Yes.
Okay, I think that's where we differ at.
You don't think men and women could be platonic friends?
I think when you got two things that would fuck, one of them wouldn't fuck.
Yeah, I definitely.
So I'm saying if you got a gay dude and a straight dude,
yeah,
you got one that would fuck.
I'm gonna blame age. Now this is where we're playing. Maybe I'm just older because I did not like. But I can't even, because even in high school and stuff, like I still have male friends that. Yeah, no, I have friends.
So you got hold up,
relationships. Like
you the only one. You came to this podcast. I think you about like the 10th one that said, "Okay, I got male friends." Okay. Call up your male friends and be like, hey, slide up on me.
But see, I don't do that. That's something.
Because you know they're going to fail.
No, because they know
they're going to fail the test.
They know that they won't answer. They're going to be like, what do you say? That's not me. It's all up to the person to set those boundaries. Like, that's the girl. If she wants to, yes, I could have male friends that I can call and be like, yeah, come on, slide. Even me being, you could be in a relationship. I can know people that know you in a relationship
your
and call
friend's
somebody
not
else.
gonna go. Your male friend's not going to go.
Because they know that's not like, they would instantly.
Would you put it to the test, or would you put it to the test on this podcast?
No, I'm not putting my own person to be like, I wouldn't put anybody.
You don't got to say who they are and all that other. No.
That's not, because honestly, I thought we were coming here to talk more about like my job, education and stuff, not this.
Dang.
But even still, it's like, even if I were to do that, it's like, I could. Do I want to do that to prove a point? No, but I could, because I know my character. I know that people be like, girl, this is not you. Like, I specifically, if right. A man can't be friends, then I'm not his friend. We can't be strictly friends.
Let me ask you the basic question. Get back on program real quick. Ipsy dead. I think Ipsy's like kind of dying a little bit, like food shortage, stuff like that. What do you think we can do to revive it?
Like I say, I've only been in the Ipsy area for about a year strong. I've been working in Ipsy for about 2 years. But just from what I'm seeing in what we're doing at our job and the way we're collaborating with different organizations, and there's even an organization that's coming about now that I didn't know that it was a neighborhood that needed it. But I think, is it Sugarbrook? It's a certain area that doesn't have like a lot of
we only got 4
resources.
Sugarbrook, Evergreen.
I don't know much about the areas. I know it's Sugarbrook, yeah, somewhere over on Harris. But there's a community that's building up now for that community, and they're actually they are putting food resources, youth resources, like it's a whole collaboration that's coming together right now, like in the works, that are trying to do it because they know that this community needs it. So if you need resources for food, of pantry, clothing, all kind of stuff, like it's just all about everybody coming and working together. People that really want to. It's people like people, like I say, people like you coming and giving our students here our piece, but what about if you come and talk with, they have different mind, and you get to see, like, we're not just saying this stuff. Oh, they gonna tell you where they stand and where they don't stand. These kids gonna tell you, like, no, I'm not scared of so and so trying to hit on me, because they know, like, but everybody's different. Everybody does not have the same opinion.
You ain't gonna let it down, man. All right, fuck it. Let's keep it going. Are you into the press, Lil Durk? Are you into the press or what's going on in the news right now with Lil Durk?
Mm-mm.
All right, for sure. So basically somebody killed his friend brother, and then boom, it was a retaliation. He's in federal prison right now. A millionaire rapper, one of the big. He just said who his favorite rapper. I think. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Damn, you getting older. I thought you was 50. Huh? Oh, I thought he was 17. Last time I seen him, I think he was like 17. All right, for sure. All right, but really, I'll say, like, what can we do with the retaliation going on, basically? And he got millions. So that was like the thing. People looked at him like he's stupid, but I feel like millions, they go through the same shit we go through. So
it's the same thing that we tell the students, is that retaliation is not getting anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, them, yes, it hurts if somebody comes and shoots my brother. But then if my other brother goes and shoots their brother, mine get caught, everybody in jail. It's either everybody's in jail or dead, and nobody's winning. Whereas if the older generation come together and start teaching us stuff, start teaching me so then I can bring it down to you because you the next generation after that. If they just keep teaching, it's all about, yeah, teaching. And because clearly if these older cats are still around, they're clearly not, yeah, they might have did some stuff, but they know on all that retaliation is not it. My dad used to be in the city, but when my mom had us, he tells us all the time, like, I'm getting my family out of city. Now, did my daddy still go every weekend? And he went and did, but it's all about you finding your way. You got to get out. You're either going to be in it and do something, or you got to get out of it and do something. But it's up to the people, we got to do something.
Time out real quick. So it's the, basically, I ain't gonna lie. So you said something small I just want to touch on. When I got my CPL, my pistol license, first thing I got in there, he's like, all right, just to let you guys know, when you have a gunfight, there are not winners or losers, even if somebody dies. It's just levels to losing. And I was like, wow, that is depressing. And then you just said, it's a situation where you can win. What situation where you can win, where you can get out of that situation and still thrive? What does that look like for you? I know what it looks like for me. I just want to ask you.
How can you get out of
that? Like, or let's say like that Lil Durk situation and survive. Because you got to think, this is what he was getting on the internet in his generation. Hey, what was they saying about King Von?
About like how he was?
Nah, what was they saying Durk should do?
Oh,
Slide for Von. Everybody was saying that. Slide for Von. Imagine you got 5,000 people on your phone saying slide for Von, slide for Von.
Yeah, but that's just...
And then you got to think, now he in jail. Now people looking at him like, boy, you was a millionaire. You didn't need to do that. So how can you win?
Not following, not going with the masses, not doing what everybody says. I'm going to follow my own route. I'm going to follow my own ways. And it's all about working and bettering yourself so that you can change those situations, so that I'm bettering myself so that I can talk to these kids, so that when they think about, okay, my life is over, I'm ready to kill myself, I can tell them, no, I've been there before. I know what it's like to feel like your life is over, but it's not. I can tell them that, because a lot of people try and tell you once you hit 18 and 20, your life is going to get better. But I'm here to tell you, I'm just now figuring stuff out at 30. I didn't start figuring out life until 32. It's not until I found a job that I love and what I'm passionate. Once you find something you're passionate about, then life kind of takes. But from then until 32, I was lost, and I'm still lost in many aspects. But I'm very grateful in that I'm in an environment now to where I can learn and grow and teach. And now that once you see the young eyes that are watching you, like if you were to just come in and watch the way the kids look at you when you talk to them, it's just like, okay, Benita, I gotta be better. I gotta be. Even down to in our communities, you can't even talk about having a bad day, but in my job, I know there's days I come in where I'm off. And black men, y'all taught to be strong and you can't cry, you can't do this, and that's not it. I tell my son all the time, if you're going through something, go through it, let it out, because keeping it in is what's going to cause y'all to be so worked up and caught up and no, I got to retaliate, I got to do this, because you don't know how to handle confrontation. It's just like a retaliate. It's not like oh, wait a minute, there's other avenue, there's other routes that you can go around. And
so you basically telling the person, viewer watching this, that their brother just died. You basically telling them, find an OG, an older person that have been through it before, and you said beat them in life.
Yeah, finding somebody, even if it's not somebody older. My thing is finding somebody that has been through it, because it's hard I can't tell somebody what it's like. If somebody come to me and say my brother just got murdered, I can't tell you. I can say that I feel for you, but I don't know that. But I'm gonna go talk to them. When I was ready to end my life, I talked to somebody who was about to end their life and did different steps. And that's my mom and them. They were all amazing, but my mom couldn't help me because she didn't go through the steps that she was supposed to that time. But my uncle did. So I was able to go to my uncle. It was people that are around me every day, calling and talking to me every day, had no idea that was possibly my last day. But you find somebody that that can relate.
You was happy as fuck that day, wasn't you? You was faking it like a motherfucker that day, wasn't you?
What day?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I deal with like a little sadness, depression there too, all the suicide stuff. I feel like those days you be faking it like a motherfucker. You be making jokes and everything, don't you?
To an extent.
Me personally, I feel like the person that do that.
See, that's what I say.
They always like
it go different ways, because I was like that in the beginning, but then it got too hard to even hold up to that standard. So then it was just like, I'm
gonna
done.
go blow my shit.
No, it's done. No, I was just checked out. I don't have any emotions, and so yeah, I decided to make the steps. Even when I went into the hospital, nobody knew. My mom drove me to the hospital, but she didn't know. I told her that I was just having stomach pains. She had no idea until the next day once I finally was in there and I was stuck. I made that decision because, again, in the Black community, you can't have those talks. You can't. If you tell somebody, if I told my mom, like, I'm ready to end my life, ain't nothing wrong with you. You fine. You go figure this out. Exactly. You're laughing because you know it's true.
I'm sorry.
It's the same way as the gay community. You can't say, I want to be gay.
Look,
what you mean? That
we
ain't
don't
what
want
you
to
want
see
to
that.
be.
Like I feel like Black community, we deal through so much shit. I feel like this is the thing about it. That's why I need to ask you, like, how did you go through it? I feel like you took some pills or something like that and it just went to your stomach.
No, I honestly was just, luckily I was the person who I couldn't be the one to self-harm myself. So it never got there, but it's all in the way your mind thinks is true. Like if you think something, it's going to happen. One day I was driving and I was literally driving thinking, like, what happened if my car just ran over? And sure enough, I went around the curb. By the time I went around the curb the next time, my hands did like this. Your train of thought. And that's why I learned much. I literally almost flipped my car, and my mind was so out of it. I forgot that my son was in the car, you know?
We eating through this shit. All right, let's go for 10 more and then we out. All right, look. This is the thing I want to tell you. It was because I feel like this is the thing I think. Like, this is the thing, like, I feel like we was taught on my side. Like, really, I see. Like, because I feel like we don't really say a lot of shit. We got to just see this shit. And that's why even I told you about the gay thing, I feel like nobody talk about that. Nobody may tell you that, but just the feeling.
Yeah, so I'm like, I wonder what would happen if you...
This is the feeling. I think the feeling is really nobody, like, the feeling is we don't want to do this. Like, I told somebody I was going to do this and make a podcast or something. They don't want to hear this. They just want to see you doing it. And then you got to see traction, proof of concept. I feel like the murder thing, that's the same thing too. So like, even my dad told me, he's like my auntie had a situation. And she was like, oh yeah, she over there playing around. Yeah, now all that weak shit. And I was like, what? Why you say that? Boy, if somebody wants to kill themselves, boy, that shit can be done. Like, all the other playing around shit is attention and playing around. What can you say to people that think like that?
I think that's a very selfish thought. And I think that's also, it sounds like someone who needed to be heard at a certain point in time, and they weren't. Their feelings were dismissed. They probably were going through whatever, and their feelings were dismissed. And when people do that, you only project that on other people. Like me, I'm a helpful person. I am the way I am because that's the way I want to be treated. I'm not letting up. If I see people going through, when I see the kids and they're coming in and they having a bad day, I'm going to talk to them. It's like, okay, I don't want to talk right now. Cool, I'll give you a second, but because I care, because I know how it is, I'm going to be there. You know, a lot of people think that kids, you a kid, you're not stressed out, you're not this. Kids are stressed. Do you believe that kids are stressed?
This is the crazy thing about it. You know the thing I think about it? Like, a dude said, I think my friend said this. Somebody said this. I don't know who they said it, but they say in the Black community, we don't treat, like my grandma say this shit a lot. Even when I'm around kids and everything, he's like, Mario, treat the kid like it's going to be a full-grown adult one day. We treat kids like they fucking pets. Like, they never, like, a pet is always going to be a dog.
But we have to learn how to break out of that.
And when that dog become a human, you just be out, like, mad as fuck. And
that's where I do my part in breaking a lot of those generational curses. Like, you got to break out of it. You have to teach black men that, you have to teach young black men your age that it's okay to be around somebody that is not like you or that likes the same sex, and know that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because if a girl like another girl, you're okay with it. But, you know, you got to teach it. Everybody is the same.
We ain't fucking with that shit.
And that's your opinion. And I think that's young
nigga. You my young nigga.
But see, and that's like, what if somebody because that can also kill your audience. Because what if I decide, like, you know what, since you can't stop saying the N-word, and I'm telling you, I identify with the LGBTQ community, so you know what, I'm done with this interview, and I don't want you to use this on the podcast because I don't want my words to be misconstrued. But if you want to appear to a wide audience, you have to be able to listen, because you could get somebody, you wouldn't even know if I was in part of that community. You wouldn't know just by looking at me. You know what I'm saying? So you come now I'm coming in here trying to help with a podcast, and now you just demean this. And at the end of this, I can keep being professional. And at the end, it's like, you know what? I don't want you to use my content. You don't have the rights to use my content. People can do that when the craziest part is you probably will get more LGBTQ community to come on here because they want their voice to be heard and to be known that I'm just a person. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if I like women or men, do you? You don't know if I have a wife. You don't know if this is something that my wife gave me. My white wife gave me. No one knows that because
you got a white wife.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know that because I don't. But you don't know that. You don't know if I have a white husband. You don't know any of that. As we said the N word. You don't know if I have mixed kids. You don't know any of that. You don't know if I adopted a white kid. Sometimes it's where a lot of people have pre-interview questions because again, I can stop right now and be like, you know what? Nope. You can use her part, but I don't want my part in this because. We talk about too much. I don't want to look bad in the black community. I don't want to look bad in the LGBTQ. I don't want to look bad in nobody's eyes because it might get. I know I don't, and I don't care who comes back for me because I know what I stand on. But I'm just saying for future reference and future people, you should probably get to know a little bit more because again, you don't know who I have at home. You don't know.
I get you, but I feel like it's not this. Right now, I feel like at least on a pod for surely 1,010%, it's this.
That's because
I feel like you ain't even understand it at that point. Like
a lot of people don't want to, but if you actually, if I were to, now it makes me want to go out and reach out to so many people and now do interviews and get, some of these same questions. It's it's so many different levels. You got to find somebody at 80 years old, the ones that have been around where it wasn't acceptable, and maybe that's why they don't, back in that day, they couldn't. 80, and then somebody in the 70, in the 60 and 50, because again, you didn't even know how old I was. You didn't know if I was closer to you, closer to her. So it's the same with the kids. They don't know. They look at me and they think, oh, you so young. And I tell them my age, they're you 35. It's yeah, because I stay up with the time. I keep moving and to stay obliged with everybody, I'm not a part of, but yes, I was curious at a certain age. And yes, I did not, as amazing as my mom was, I didn't feel comfortable enough to tell her. And sure enough, it happened with my sister when she got curious. And we always could have girls and friends and stay the night. But the moment my mom knew that my sister was a little serious, now, you can't have friends. That's crazy. That's crazy. But in that community, we don't feel heard. In the community, we don't feel like we could talk about now, I take that back. Now we can talk more about mental health and depression and all of that. And that's why I can see you ask questions and stuff like that. But we still can't, a lot of the community can't have that conversation about.
Real quick. So some things people do certain things that's strictly for them. And it may be something weird. If it's something weird, this is the place.
You said strictly for them?
Strictly for them. That helps out with their mental health. Do you got something that's strictly for you? To me, I ain't gonna lie. Me, it's watch anime. I sit down and I edit a video. That video take 2 hours to get done editing. I watch an anime movie or something like that. I watch anime.
I really just keep my mind busy because. Even though, like I say, I'm not fully in church, I know that, the one thing that I always stick on is an idle mind is the devil's worship or whatever. Just staying idle, you get to thinking about too much, and I'm staying idle, you thinking about what I'm going through. So
idle mind is the devil's playground. I believe it.
I'm always trying to, reading is my big thing, and that's another thing, a lot of black people's I don't read books, but that's where a lot of this is coming from. So I love to read. I love to
You say most black people don't read books?
It's a lot of black people who's no, I don't want to read. Or it's just, I want to do audio. Audio books are cool, but you got to learn how to put the words down because a lot of people can't. These are things that, yes, you know how to read, but you got to keep going higher.
So you read?
Yeah, so reading. I love writing, poetry, and a lot of arts and crafts.
That was a question. Books. Top books in that bitch.
Top books?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, I just got a book yesterday from this Martin Luther King luncheon that we went to by a lady named Mary Frances Berry, I believe. And I'm just now getting to learn about her, but she was teaching us about basically slavery and how it continued. I don't know much about it, but her book sounds very interesting, so I'm very interested to get into that. Another book that I'm just getting into that I found out about this job is Those Eyes Were Watching God. Those Eyes Are Watching God.
Yeah, their eyes were watching God.
And it's funny because, like I say, I will admit, at 35 years old, I've never read or even heard about that book. But being in this job, it's something I read, and it's very interesting. And
They got Beyonce in the movie.
Yeah, see, I didn't know. But see, I'm more of a reader, so I want to, I'm looking forward to reading and finishing the book. But yeah, it's kind of hard because in this job we have a huge library, so I'm constantly picking up books and doing new books. So.
What are the pros of reading? Do you think to get people to read? Because I be telling my partners, I like
knowledge, comprehension.
You talk different when you read. You can tell somebody that, or you read, like they talk different.
It's the comprehension is learning new words, learning new things. Because I'm constantly, if it's words that I don't know, then I will gladly look them up. So I'm good for learning new words and stuff like that.
Me, something I do the Bible and I do dictionary. I do that shit back to back because the Bible you're using thick ass words. You need a dictionary right next to it.
That's why I got different versions,
Yeah.
Like the King James, I think it breaks it down. There's different versions for ones that don't want the full big words. There's ones that actually say the Lord went to, instead of thou went. There's different versions.
I be putting this bitch up because I feel like if you go on the phone, look that shit up, you might get a message, see another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta put that phone the fuck up somewhere. Like me, that's why even audiobooks be hurting my ass sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of audio. I like reading books.
You on your phone. You be like, you know what I mean? It's like I might as well go to Instagram or something.
Yeah.
So that's me. Let me ask you this, business wise. Wait, do you own your own business or do you get into business, any type of business at all?
I do like.
Or do you see yourself owning a business?
With my arts and crafts, I like to sell. Like I do basket making, different arts and crafts, stuff like that. Probably I love to write, so I could see myself maybe writing a book and stuff like that. But no, I'm good on like doing, like I say, little small entrepreneurial stuff. But right now, especially the job that I'm in and the impact that I can do for the community and for the kids is like, that's my main focus. I love what I can do for them right now.
You see something I be hating? I feel like you got like a social worker type job. So I feel like, something I really, really hate, and I'm like, as I'm interviewing more people, like it's like a code not to name drop. That's why like every time I get a chance, I name drop Eli Savage. Every time I get a chance to name drop, I name drop the person. I really try to name drop these people. So like to know who it is, like, do you ever see do you see that problem in there?
Name dropping?
Yeah.
Or not being able to? Well,
because they make this system so hard to see through, and it's made like this intentionally, so you can't even see who is not cleaning the sewers up in Detroit. So now we ain't got nobody to. That's why the fucking basements flood.
That one might be a little deeper. I haven't gotten that far, so I don't know all the main. Like as soon as you say name dropping to me, it's more so like, if I'm bringing up students, like we can't, for private, you can't bring up names. Like that's what I thought about. As far as like bigger entities, I'm not into that, so I don't know any of those.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a post. I was just gonna make this bitch. It was I ain't gonna lie, this one lady, she died. It hurt me. It hurt me so bad, and I realized something like that's why even when you said that right now, it kind of got to me a little bit, because like in the post I was saying like, I'm not bashing black women. Like I don't do that shit. Like even that shit lame as hell. Like I feel like right now it's like this thing called like the red pill or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
The who?
Red pill.
Red pill?
Yeah, that's what they call them. Basically, it's a whole bunch of speaking bluntly, it's a whole bunch of little dick niggas on the internet that really all they do is just talk bad about black women. Like black women, they got child support, and like they be spitting facts. It's all facts. But then I be like, shit lame.
But see, it's facts too.
Because me, I started thinking about the lady that just died,
like
and I be
me.
like, she the type of lady, she cash at me. Like after, do you want to do camera work? Oh yeah, I got the car rental. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember like vivid memories and stuff like that. And I'd be like, I couldn't dare do that shit. Like, cause that sound like I don't know. Maybe it's a loyalty in me too much. You know what I mean?
I don't get what you say. Like you say, you can't call people, or
no, I couldn't. I could never bash them like that. And what do you think? You're a black woman. I feel like, do you see that going on at all?
I see a lot of bashing. I personally don't take offense because I feel like that's a flaw in that person. You know, like if that's how you feel, that means that someone has done you wrong. Just the same way I tell my brothers, my brother's going through something. It's like, I'm never letting a woman live with me. It's like, you can't put that on every woman. There's some women who, if I flip it back on me and my situation is like, if I don't want to be in a situation, I know that I have the means, the rights to get out. But there's some people that feel like, no, I'd rather suffer and be in it, So it's like, that's their opinion. Yes, there are plenty of people that bash men. There's plenty of women that bash men. Just like men bash women, there's plenty of women that bash men and put all men. I don't like when people put all men in category. Like when you talk about all black men, us black men gotta
let me live.
No,
let me live.
I'm talking about more so when you talked about the black men in the community for y'all.
Yeah, I know. Let me live.
No, because I just think about all the ones that are there. You know what I'm saying? Like there are so many more that are there. So it's like you can't discredit it. You can't put them all in there. You just got to say there's a majority that have left their kids, but there's a good majority, especially now. I see men stepping up more now than they used to.
The kids. I don't know why. I feel like the kids. That is like, who do you think started that shit?
Started what?
That's like some bullshit. I see the statistics and shit now. I see what it really is, but like, that's some bullshit. The way they say like all black men leave their kids. Like the kids part, I never said the kids part. Kids part, that was not what I meant. I meant community. Kids part, I lived out. Like,
you was talking about the house and stuff. So, but like even the community, like even being here in Ypsi, like the amount of black men that I've seen coming together and trying, it's like they're definitely out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like it's sad that they're getting overlooked for the ones that don't do. But that's why they're busting their butts even harder and going to these meetings. Because I see them, like this last meeting we were in, we had a good amount of black men, or even like when you guys were talking about black teachers, the fact that you said 5 or 6, that's a plus, because me at 35, I think I can only count 2, and they weren't even my teachers. I just mean in the schools, 2 to 3. I don't think I never had a black male teacher. I didn't have a black female teacher until.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know that.
Do you think it's a scarcity of them, or do you think they're not hiring them boys?
No, I think that it's more so the ones that are coming and showing up every day are the ones that have the drive. You have, like you said, it's those black teachers. It's like, you know what? I don't get paid enough for this. I'm leaving this. I don't get paid. No, these kids crazy. I'm not doing that. Whereas the whites and the all other races is like, these kids need that. Like my manager is here because she knows that these kids, majority of our kids in our program are black. And this is a white woman, but she knows
that
what
is
these
crazy.
She knows what these kids need. She knows what. That's what I'm saying. They won't stop. They won't stop. We will quit. We will.
A white woman cares about black kids.
She cares
more than niggas.
But that's saying that. God, you're killing me. I'm sorry. But
she cares about that more than us.
Just like you said, your teachers in Detroit. When you said, "Oh, it's crazy," it's white, but they care. They know what we need, and they know that our people are not gonna stay and man through it because they're like, oh no, fuck that. I'm going here. I'm going to Ann Arbor schools where I know these kids gonna listen to me.
No.
And then they got
Ann Arbor. I mean, Ann Arbor.
No, but I'm just saying.
There.
I'm just using absent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
but I'm saying like, I ain't gonna lie. I went to Detroit public schools. Went to Ann Arbor schools. Scarcity in both. I'm asking you. So you say the scarcity? It's a scarcity of them. Period. Is what you're saying?
I mean, from me, the outside, because I know I didn't see many.
Yeah, we're not in the education system. We're just guessing right now.
No, but I mean, because I'm grateful. Like a lot of my classmates, I have a lot of classmates now that are becoming teachers because we didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say. It's all about us making the change. It's all about us making the change. It's all about you stepping in more for the younger generation because they gonna hear you. Even though we're both black, because you're younger, they're gonna hear you a little bit closer than they're gonna hear me. If you come in and we both talk to them about gun violence, they're gonna hear you more because you're younger and you're a man. they're going to hear you more because you're closer to them. You're going to use more language and all of that than I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. But if you don't come into the schools or into the programs and talk to the kids, then all they got to do is listen to us and all us older ones. So we need you to come and visit the clubhouse. We came to visit you. Now you got to come visit us and see what the kids.
There were 5.8% black men and women teaching in Michigan.
5.8%
5.8%.
You said it was 5.8% what?
of black teachers
Black teachers?
in Michigan.
People that identified as black teachers. I didn't write black and brown. But black
5.8. Yeah, that's some bullshit. I ain't gonna. I went to Pioneer High
That's not
School. It was a
even
white dude.
20%.
He said he was black.
It's not even 20%. So that's what I say. Like, we have to make that choice. We have to change all of that.
I ain't gonna lie. She pushing me to come to whatever y'all do.
That's 100 students.
What do y'all do?
Educate you.
100 teachers, 5 of them are
I heard about Educate Youth, but I didn't hear anything about the clubhouse.
We just it's really our main thing is
It's after school program, basically.
yeah, it's after school. Teaching them is mainly for the kids, the students. I'm sorry, we try not to call them kids because they're youth, they're students, and they come, and when they come there, that's because they are committed to getting their work done. They know that when they come here, they have food, if they need clothes, if they need hygiene products, if they need to just talk, if they need anything, we are here to literally help with
Where's this
anything.
at?
On 104 South Huron.
South Huron. What at? I know you know more than her. Like,
transportation's provided. Go to Puffer Reds, walk in their front door, walk straight out their back door. You walk through the parking lot, you walk straight into our parking lot.
It's in a big house.
We're right at South Huron, across the street from the SOS Administration Building.
isn't it Ipsy Transit Center?
Yeah, we are.
Is it the Ozone House? Are we talking about the
No.
Ozone?
No, Ozone is very different from. It's the same but different.
All right, cool.
Ozone House is on the.
We about to interview. I'm finna head to my young feller.
Thank you.
I'm finna do my young feller. But other than that, last thing you got to tell the people about you. Anything? Tell the people to understand you more.
I'm a lover. I'm all for change. I want to see more in our community, meaning the black community, just speaking and breaking these gaps on all the craziness, and just really coming together because the kids are our future for real. Like, y'all are our future, and if they don't have anybody or anything to look up to, then yes, they're gonna act crazy. They're going to lose their minds if they don't have anything to look up to, someone to look up to, somewhere to go to, someone to be themselves and not feel judged.
Dark side.